Hi, Mr. Clinch here. This is the second part of my tutorial for creating a racing game. Now, if you haven't done the first one, then stop. Make sure you've got all the coding done in the first video first. So go back and have a look at that. And then when you're ready, you can move on to this one. Now, after last lesson, I got a few requests for different things we'd like to add. So sound effects, a timer perhaps, and making one car eliminated after another. So I'm going to pick up on some of those things. And today we will be looking at exploring the broadcasting block. So that's essentially sending a message from one part of the program to another part of the program. Okay, so to get started, log in. You need to click on My Stuff in your racing game. And let's get ready to start coding. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my name up here and go to My Stuff. And it's the racing demo I want to see inside. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is have a little look through the coding just to make sure I can remember what I did last time. And it can look a little bit overwhelming where you look at it like that, but very simply you just have to break it down. So I'm going to look at my right arrow because I know this was the first bit of coding I did. So when right arrow key pressed, move 10 steps, so that's move to the right. If touching colour, this sort of ready colour, say you win for 2 seconds. And then I've got if touching colour green, glide 1 second to these coordinates here and point in direction 60. So let's see if that works. Well, okay, I can see that that takes me back. The rest of my coding is exactly the same, apart from I've got -10 for left, turn 15 degrees up, and turn 15 degrees down. So I'm just going to check that this works. Can I get my horse to the finish line? I think that's sufficiently tricky. Yep, that's sufficiently tricky. And I just take it there and see if that bit of coding here, if touching colour red, then say you win works. It does. Okay, so I am pretty happy with my first sprite. Okay, now I'm going to add a second sprite today. What I need to do to save myself an awful lot of hassle is to make sure I've got all the coding correct for the first one. And then all I have to do is duplicate, so copy this first sprite, and all the coding that is correct in that first sprite will appear in the second sprite, and I'm just going to have to change a few little bits here and there. So I am pretty happy with this. So I'm going to right click on horse and I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, so there we are. We've got horse and horse 2. Now, what I think I'll do is I'll make them slightly different. So I want to go to choose a sprite here. Actually, no, I don't want to go to choose a sprite, excuse me. What I actually want to do is click on costumes up here on the sprite. Okay, if I delete this, I delete all the coding with it. What I want to do is just change the costume. So it's the same sprite, just the way it looks is different. I'm going to go into costumes, and here I'm going to choose a costume. So I had horse, let's type in horse again. Well, how about a unicorn? Why don't I race a unicorn? Okay, so I'm happy enough with that. Now, obviously, these two sprites have exactly the same controls. So when I press right, they both move right. When I press up, they both move up and down. Okay, so I'm going to change initially the commands for horse 2, and I'm just going to call this unicorn. Okay, so instead of left, right, up and down, I'm going to use the WASD keys. So the second person playing this can be on the left-hand side of the keyboard and can use them. If you look at WASD, you'll see that W, A, S, and D kind of form the same pattern as the up, down, left and right keys. So the left key would be A, the right arrow would be D, up is W, scroll down to W, and the down will be S. You can choose your own ones, obviously. I just like this. This was when I very first started playing computer games. They always used the WASD keys as an alternative. So now you can see I can move my horse independently. So there we go. Now, there's my issue. If my unicorn goes off the track, it's taking me to the wrong coordinates. It's taking me back to the coordinates of the first horse, which I really don't want. So this is quite simply solved. I'm going to drag my unicorn to where I want it to start. Okay? And I'm going to change this glide 1 second. Now, if I go to motion, you'll see that it's changed slightly. Okay? So the main change there really is there's not much difference in the x-axis. In fact, I could keep the x-axis the same, but the y-axis I want as minus 120. Now I can either take those out and pop the new one in, or I can just change this. So if I'm happy with minus 218 there on my x-axis, I can just change the y-axis to minus 120. Doesn't matter how you do this, you just need to make sure that your coordinates are correct for where you want to send your second sprite. So let's have a look at this. Minus 120. Okay, so let's have a look. Take that away now. And the right horse gets sent back there, and the unicorn gets sent back to there. And I'm happy with that. Okay, just check that when I touch the red colour, it tells me I win. Okay. Now, this is where I can change things if I want to personalise it. I could say, you win, unicorn. And I'm capitalising that because I've decided that that is his name. The unicorn is called Unicorn. You could say player 2 or whatever you want, really. And then I can go back to horse and personalise that to horse, etc., etc. Okay, so I'll get 2 messages then at this point. Okay, so I'd like you, please, to pause the video if you haven't done already and try and add that second sprite and change those coordinates. Now, please, 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 do not, under any circumstances, decide, actually, I don't want a unicorn and click delete here. That will lose all of your work and there is no way of getting it back at all. Okay? So, if you want to change the costume, you click on the sprite and you change the costume here. Okay? Choose a new costume. Okay? Please, 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 do not make the mistake that loads of people do and delete your sprite here, because otherwise you will lose all your coding. Okay, have a go at that, please. Okay, so this is the point where we are going to look at broadcasting, and we are going to adopt one of the suggestions that was put to me, that when one horse reaches the end, the other one is eliminated. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we are going to broadcast. Okay, and broadcasting is under events. Okay, broadcast here. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, broadcasting is very simply sending a message from one part of the program to another. So in this case, it is going to say that if I reach the finish line before, if the horse reaches the finish line before the unicorn, I'm going to send a message from the horse to the unicorn to say, you're eliminated. Okay, and this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to click on horse first, and let's get the programming for that. Now, if you want to zoom out at any point, you can just do that to get yourself some more space. Okay, so the plus and minus or equals just takes it to its standard setting. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I've got a bit of room. Move to one side and I'll zoom in so you can see properly what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take the broadcast, okay, and I'm going to say, call it horse win. Okay. So when the horse wins, I want to send that message to the unicorn. So that needs to snap in at the part of the algorithm when the horse wins. Now, very simply, that's if touching colour red, say you win horse for 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm then going to snap that in there. Okay, I can obviously duplicate that because I want that to go in 4 times each time in my program. So let's have a look. Horse win. There. Take this over here. Bring it over here. Can get a little bit fiddly. So the neater you can work, the better. Please don't try and have smelly code, and that's an official coding term. So smelly code is just bits of unused code lying around. Okay, I always think that if you were writing an essay, you wouldn't write the main body of your essay and then all scattered around the page have words and phrases that you might be using or might not. Okay, so try and keep it nice and tidy. It will make your life a lot easier if you are organized. Okay, so when touching that color red, it's going to send a message which is horse win. Now at the moment nothing happens because the unicorn is not receiving that message. Okay, there is no point me sending you an email or posting you a letter if you do not receive it. Okay, if you do not receive it, you cannot do anything. Okay, so we're going to say when I receive horse win. So when the unicorn receives horse win, now the easiest thing to do is to click looks and hide. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So imagine they're neck and neck. Along comes the first horse, and watch what happens to the unicorn at this point. So it's going to say you win horse for 2 seconds and then broadcast horse win. When the unicorn receives horse win, it should hide, so it should disappear. So let's have a look. You win horse and unicorn disappears. Okay, now there is a problem here in terms of when we start again, unicorn is still hidden. So we need to click on show. So I'm going to say, let's start the green flag. When the green flag's clicked, show. Okay, we can put that up here. And we'll do exactly the same for the unicorn. When green flag's clicked, show. Looks, show. Okay, so when we start, they show. Okay, now also we want them to go back to the first part, so the starting coordinates. So we can just pinch this from here. Okay, so when that's clicked, glide there and show. And this one, when that's clicked, slide here and show. Okay, so that means wherever you are, when you start the game, we both go back to the beginning. Okay, so the horse, from the horse coding, if touching red, broadcast horse win. Okay? When I receive horse win, hide. Okay, so let's say they were right at the end there. You win horse, and off goes that one. Okay, I'm going to click that back, and there he goes. Okay, so clearly you have to do the opposite for the unicorn. So the unicorn, we're going to say, if the unicorn reaches the red, then it's going to send a message to the horse, sending that horse back. So, under unicorn, events, broadcast, and we're going to create a new one, and I'm going to call it unicorn win. Okay. So, I know I need that 4 times. And I need that to say that after I've won. There. Minimize it so I know where I'm going. Under you win unicorn. Right. Oh, that somehow hasn't worked. Broadcast. Unicorn win. Okay, so let's see if that works. The horse should now disappear when I go right. There we go. And then I press the green arrow. So let's have another look. What I haven't done is told it when I receive unicorn win. So it didn't disappear. So when I receive unicorn win, I need to hide. There we go. Okay, so if the unicorn wins now, it will broadcast unicorn win. The horse will receive it and should hide. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong keys, that's why this isn't working. WASD. You win unicorn, and back it goes. Fantastic. Okay, so that last bit of broadcasting is a little bit fiddly. You may well have to pause that video a few times, work through it very carefully step by step, okay? Coding is about being meticulous. It's about spotting your problems, debugging those algorithms, and it's about perseverance more than anything else. So have a go at that. When you've done it, if you haven't shared it already, you need to click on the share button up here, which will be orange at that point, and add it to the Studio Racing Games. Okay, so please do that if you're in my class so that I can see your work and give you some feedback. If you haven't finished, don't worry. Share it anyway. It updates as you go along, and you can then work on it further whenever you want. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. I can't wait to see what you have got up to.